I believe it's a great time for black people in the black community. It's that time when black people are waking up and understanding that we don't have to accept less. We don't have to accept these inferior conditions, these lies, these fears that are trying to be fed to us. But it seems like the more that black people try to stand up for themselves and do better, the more society tries to oppress us. And this is especially prevalent in black men, right? Society desperately wants to keep black men in a slave mentality. Desperately. It's not because of something that we do. No, it's because they have an inferiority complex. That's the only reason they want to try to oppress black people or keep black people in a lesser mentality, right? It's because they understand our value more than we understand our value, right? But those times are changing. And black people everywhere are fucking waking up and understanding how much value we actually have and how much we don't have to depend on someone else to validate us. Look at the countries in Africa when America tried to force their way of life on the African population. Those countries came together and they said, no, absolutely not. We will not accept that shit here in this country. And if you want to take your money, cool, take your money. We don't fucking need it. And that's what they did. Look at what happened in Niger. They expelled the government that colonized them decades ago. They told them, get your shit and get out. Right? And that's what happened. In Haiti, the people requested help and assistance from the government and the fucking police with gangs that were terrorizing them. And after they didn't get any assistance from the government and the police, the people came together and they burned those motherfuckers alive. That's what they did. Look it up for yourself. Okay? In Montgomery, Alabama, black people watching a black man get attacked by a mob of angry motherfuckers, right? After the hundreds of years of watching black people get oppressed, right? They finally had enough. They said, no, this will not happen again. So they came together, right? And they defended him. Okay? Even in this organization, Black Men Network saw what was going on in the Florida Board of Education, trying to tarnish our image, trying to strip our history. And we went after them. And those hate groups that took down affirmative action, we went after them too, right? Because yeah, that's what they are. Hate groups. All right? Black people everywhere are realizing we don't have to accept less. We don't have to accept these inferior conditions. We don't have to accept this fucking fear and these boogeyman stories y'all trying to force feed us. Right? This is what Black Men Network is about. It's about bringing black men together so that they can understand the value that they have within themselves. They can understand the strength that they have. Right? We bring them together by being the example of the image of the true image of a black man, right? And we inspire other black men to do the same, to stand up for themselves, to have value in who they are. And they inspire more black men to do the same, right? The result, stronger black men, strong, intelligent black men, right? Because that's what really the problem is, right? People don't have a problem with black culture. No, they have a problem with a black man that's strong and intelligent and bold enough to speak for himself, right? And knows what he's talking about, right? I can't tell you how many times I've been in these different fucking political meetings, right, where there was no black people there. They're talking about black people, but there's no black people in the room. And then here we come, and not only are we speaking in an articulate and intelligent manner, but we know what the fuck we're talking about, right? And we're directing the conversation. We're telling them, no, this is really what it is, right? That's what the unified black society is about, right? Making sure that we as black people get proper representation is necessary. Making sure that we hold those elected officials in office and telling them that the black voting power put them into office. And it's the black voting power that will remove them from office if they don't do what we need them to do, right? You're an elected representative. You're not our leaders. We are your leaders. You understand? That's how that works. And that's what black people are realizing. And that's why a lot of black people are walking away from the Democratic Party, because they fed us a bunch of fucking bullshit and gave us nothing. Right? And black people, in realizing their value, they understand that we don't need you to give us a seat at the table. We brought our own chairs. And yeah, some of those chairs are folding chairs. And you know that black people understand the value of a folding chair. Right? Yeah. So it's about removing that fucking stigma. And not, fuck that stigma, to be honest with you. It's about how we think about ourselves. Right? And knowing that we are deserving of more than this lack and this less. All right? It is the black voting power that put Democrats into office, right? It is the black dollar, the black spending power that keeps this economy alive, right? You don't believe me? Stop spending, right? If every black person in this country stopped spending for one day, the economy would collapse. That's how powerful the black dollar is. You don't believe me? Try it. Look at what happened in Montgomery years ago during the Montgomery bus boycott. All right? Black people stopped spending their money on buses that were discriminated against them. And the whole bus system almost went down because black people didn't invest in them. Right? Think about that on a countrywide level. As a matter of fact, look at it from a world level. If black people stop spending, if black people stop investing in something, okay? If black people today got off of TikTok, TikTok would not exist. If black people got off of Instagram, they would shut Instagram down, right? That's social influence. That's social power. That's what it is. If black people stop giving their shit away for free on these social media platforms trying to get fucking attention, right? We could build companies that would take over, right? That's what it's about. Understanding your value and how much value you actually bring to this country. Not just to the country, but to the world, all right? 53% of the world's natural resources is in Africa. 53%, all right? The African continent is the richest continent in the world by far. But the African people are poor, right? And now finally, the African people are looking at the resources and realize, hey, wait a minute. You know what? Everybody wants everything that's in Africa. Why are we giving it away for free? Right? And that's what black people in this country need to realize. Everybody wants everything that we do. Right? The shit that we do, we make that shit look cool. That's what they're doing now. They're only saying the shit that we in the black community say. right? Once black people put their stamp on it, boom, it's good to go. Now everybody else can say it, okay? It doesn't matter if you're white, Hispanic, Asian, Middle Eastern, you should support us, right? You should support black people the way black people support you. The way that we continue to support you, right? The way that our black dollars support your businesses. The way that our economic power keeps your business alive. You should support us, right? That's just how it is. But we know we don't have to tell you that, right? We know how much you love us. We know how much you support us. And we know that you will support black people standing up for themselves, standing up for their rights, and not taking an inferior position in society. We know you will. And we love you back, okay? So, if you're a black person, I would like for you to put into practice questioning, right, the less that you see people are getting, all right? Those inferior things that they're trying to give you, the poor customer service that people are trying to give you. And ask yourself, are you willing to accept that, right? Is this, especially if you're a black man, all right, you should be asking yourself, is this something that me as a black man should be accepting? I have the blood of kings in me. Why would I accept this shit? These fucking chitlins and pig ears and shit like that. I use that metaphorically, of course. All right? Question everything. Especially some lack or inferior type of shit. Some overpriced fucking shit. $12 fucking eggs? It doesn't matter what skin you're in. As long as you stand for what's right and you stand together. Now that is why Black Men Network.